where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Good afternoon, Ghana. It's 12 o'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Midday News. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra, on Love 99.5 in Kumasi, and myjoyonline.com. We're also live in all 16 regions of Ghana via our various affiliates, live on X Spaces and Facebook. The Midday News is supported by Petol, Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. Coming up this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the fugitive's name is Kenneth Nanaya Ofori-Atta. Mr. Ofori-Atta is 66 years old. He was the Minister of Finance of the Republic between 2017 and 2024. Mr. Ofori-Atta left the jurisdiction on or around 2 January 2025.
Former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta declared wanted by the Office of the Special Prosecutor over corruption and related activities, describing him as a fugitive from justice.
The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. And this is to Mr. Ofori-Atta. You have two choices. You can either return to the jurisdiction voluntarily or the OSP will enforce your return.
Also this afternoon, Ashanti Regional Police Commander transferred after Council of State election chaos. We are live in Kumasi as the debate on the relevance of the council intensifies.
Potentially important institution, but has been rendered weak by the unnecessary politicization of that institution and the overbearing influence of the executive on that.
History reveals they have failed woefully. They have been very abysmal.
Well, government scales down Independence Day celebrations as it moves parade from Independence Square to the Jubilee House for the first time since 1957.
Now, this has become necessary once again because of the need to scale back on the escalating costs. So I repeat, rather than a grand ceremony at the Independence Square, there will be a modest ceremony at the presidency.
In sports,
former GACA chairman Yao Apia slams Keto Kreku-led GFA administration, saying they lack leadership.
These and more coming up with me, Maame Esi Nyamekye Thompson. Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Please stay. Why? And this afternoon, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has declared former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta wanted over corruption and related activities linked to the National Cathedral, the SML deal, and others. At a national address to clarify the raid on Mr. Ofori-Atta's home yesterday, the Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejabin, described Mr. Ofori-Atta, who served as the Finance Minister for the most part of the Akufo-Addo administration, as the Finance Minister, as fugitive from justice. My colleague Elton Brobe is at the news conference and joins me live with details. Elton, tell us why the OSP is declaring Mr. Ofori-Atta wanted.
So, Maame Esi, according to Mr. Jaben, Mr. Ofori-Atta has 5 questions to answer, or 5 areas that the OSP is investigating. One is the strategic mobilization Ghana Limited, Ghana
Yes, Elton, if you could reposition yourself so that we can hear you clearly. Your line is breaking, please. Kindly reposition yourself and let's go.
All right. So Maame Esi, according to the OSP, Mr. Ofori-Atta is required to provide some response to ongoing investigation on the Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited (SML) and the Ghana Revenue Authority contract. There's also ECG and Beijing Technology Limited contract. They require Mr. Ofori-Atta to provide some clarity on it. There are also investigations over procurement of contractors, materials, activities, and payments in relation to the controversial National Cathedral project. Mr. Ofori-Atta is again required by the OSP to respond to procurement of ambulances, and according to the OSP, contract awarded by the Ministry of Health, initiated by the Ministry for Special Development to Service Ghana Auto Limited for the purchase and after-sales service and maintenance of 307 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 305 ambulance for the National Ambulance Service. These are matters that they require the former finance minister to provide some clarity on it. The OSP explains why they've hit a roadblock regarding Mr. Ofori-Atta's availability to respond to these matters.
Contractual arrangements between Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited and the Ghana Revenue Authority for the stated objective of the enhancement of revenue assurance in the downstream petroleum sector, upstream petroleum production, and minerals and metals resources value chain. 2. Termination of a distribution, loss reduction, and associated network improvement project contract between the Electricity Company of Ghana Limited and Beijing Xiaocheng Technology BXC. 3. Procurement of contractors and materials and activities and payments in respect of the National Cathedral project. 4. Activities and payments in respect of a contract awarded by the Ministry of Health, initially commenced by the Ministry for Special Development Initiatives to Service Ghana Auto Group Limited for purchases and after-sales service and maintenance of 307 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 305 CDI ambulances for the National Ambulance Service. And 5. Payments out of and utilization of the tax refund account of Ghana Revenue Authority.
Well, Elton, you're still with me. He's been described now as a fugitive from justice. How does the OSP explain this?
Somewhere early this year, they initiated moves to get Mr. Ofori-Atta to respond to these matters that are under investigations by the office. But unfortunately, Mr. Ofori-Atta has been unavailable. The reason provided by Mr. Ofori-Atta through his lawyers is that Mr. Ofori-Atta is currently indisposed. And according to the OSP, a correspondence they received from the doctor attending to Mr. Ofori-Atta in the United States of America points to the fact that Mr. Ofori-Atta is on an indefinite medical leave. The reason he is unable to respond or make himself available to the office of the OSP. Kishe Jabin thinks that this excuse provided by Mr. Ofori-Atta is a ruse, an attempt to run away from justice.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the fugitive's name is Kenneth Nanaya Ofori-Atta. Mr. Ofori-Atta is 66 years old. He was the Minister of Finance of the Republic between 2017 and 2024. Mr. Ofori-Atta left the jurisdiction on or around 2 January 2025. On 24 January 2025, the OSP communicated to Mr. Ofori-Atta that the OSP considered him a suspect in respect of 4 of the cases described above. Mr. Ofori-Atta was directed to attend in person the OSP on Monday, 10 February 2025 at 10 GMT for interview. By communication dated 31 January 2025, Mr. Ofori-Atta instructed his lawyers to inform the OSP that he was out of the jurisdiction indefinitely on medical grounds. He has no intention of willingly returning to the jurisdiction. That much is clear to us. Consequently, ladies and gentlemen of the media, the OSP declares Kenneth Nanaya Ofori-Atta a wanted person. He is a fugitive from justice. The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. And this is to Mr. Ofori-Atta. You have two choices. You can either return to the jurisdiction voluntarily or the OSP will enforce your return.
Well, Elton, that is for Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, but the OSP has also been deliberating on other cases. What are they?
Exactly, Maame Esi. So they are investigating the purchase of a parcel of land for the Minerals Investment Fund, and according to the OSP, 2 individuals are being investigated for their roles in this. He will not go into details regarding the impropriety that they've identified. There's also an investigation in respect of an alleged embezzlement of 1.3 billion Ghana cedis from the United Petroleum Pricing Fund at the National Petroleum Authority. And these individuals are being investigated for their roles in this. There's Joko Pawua, MPA staff, Frida Tando, Wendy Ashton Newman, and the former chief executive of the MPA, Mustafa Abdul Ahmed. And there's also an investigation into the ghost names issue that the OSP identified some time back. Certain individuals, according to the OSP, they've concluded an investigation. They've held these individuals before the court to answer for their crimes, and they provided a name to that effect.
All right, thank you so much, Elton. Elton Brobe has been there at the OSP's press conference this morning, and trust join you to be all over this in subsequent bulletins. Now, the government will scale down this year's Independence Day celebration, moving the parade to the seat of government, Jubilee House, as a cost-cutting measure. Addressing the media, Minister of State for Government Communications, Felix Kwatio-Fosu, stated that the regional rotational celebration has been paused as the 2023 event cost the country 15 million Ghana cedis. He emphasized that the government is committed to prudent spending while delivering on its core mandate.
This independence celebration, he believes that it is entirely possible to hold modest but significant events to mark this important occasion without breaking the national pace. For that reason, he has decided that this year's celebration will not take on the spectacular form that we have been used to over the years. Rather than a major event at the Independence Square, where there are contingents of men from the various security agencies and hundreds of school children, I beg your pardon, from across the country who march briskly to applause and cheers. We are going to have a significant ceremony at the presidency, and this will ensure that we minimize the often huge financial implications that come with this celebration.
Well, Maxwell Agbagba, presidential correspondent, is there for us and joins us on the line with more. Maxwell, what necessitated this action? What more can you report?
Yes, Maame Esi. So this is part of the government's cost-cutting measures. We are informed by the Minister of State in charge of government communications that the 68th Independence Day celebration will still feature a military guard of honor, cultural performances by 2 groups of basic school pupils, and poetry recitals at the Jubilee House as well. Now, dignitaries will include chiefs, clergy, students, traders, political party representatives, and other stakeholders, and will all be in attendance. The event will also feature the usual presidential ceremonial address. Now, the minister mentioned that this scaled-down approach is part of the government's cost-cutting measures, shifting from a grand national celebration to a more modest yet symbolic event. He says the theme for this year's celebration is reflect, review, and reset.
Well, Maxwell, we also understand that the president is leaving the country today to Germany and Ethiopia. What more can you tell us?
Yes, I speak to you. The presidential jet is on the tarmac. The president actually just arrived, and the chief of staff and then other government officials are waiting for him as he arrives, as he departs to Germany and then Ethiopia. Now, in Germany, Munich, to be specific, we're told that he'll be participating in a security forum in his capacity as the chairman of the security think tank, the Tana Forum, and then later move to Ethiopia for an aid summit.
The first is in Germany, Munich to be precise, where he has been invited to participate in the Munich Security Conference. Many of you will be aware that President Mahama is the chairman of the Tana Forum, which essentially is a security think tank concerned about evolving strategies to enhance African security. And in a fast evolving, complex geopolitical environment where security is high on the agenda, it is necessary for the voices of prominent African leaders to be heard on the subject. So President Mahama will be participating at the opening forum of the Security Conference. In addition to that, he will be speaking at a side event organized by the Tana Forum, and as chair, he will be outlining his vision and perspectives on the emerging security challenges.
Now we head to the Ashanti region. Joy News has gathered that the regional police commander, DCOP Frank Abokra, has been transferred to the police headquarters. It comes after some thugs disrupted the Council of State elections in the region. Yesterday, results were declared in the Greater Accra, Bono East, Western, Eastern, Northern and Volta regions. Now the elections in the Northeast region was rescheduled to the 13th of February after two candidates had the same number of votes. And earlier stated the election in the Ashanti region was marred by some disruptions. Nanaya Aljima joins me on the line with updates of these details. Nanaya, do you have any details from the EC when it will be held?
Yeah, Maame Esi, the information that we've received from our sources within the police is that there is already a commander from the Central West Police region being dispatched to the Ashanti region, and he is supposed to take over from DCOP Abrokwa immediately. Now, the information we have is that the DCOP Abrokwa will be sent to Accra, the police headquarters, where he will be continuing with his policing.
Well, Nanaya, we also understand that one of the three officers had some cuts in the face but is in a stable condition after being treated by the police.
Exactly. Some of the EC officials, after the people disrupted the election at the regional coordinating council, some of them did head straight to the electoral commission office in the Ashanti region, where they also caused some chaos there. Some people, that's officials of the electoral commission, who were not part of those at the election grounds, were hurt by these people. 3 of them sustained some degrees of injuries, and they were sent to the hospital. The information that I have from the electoral commission director in the Ashanti region is that one of them had a cut in the head. At the moment he has been treated, a scan was taken, and according to health professionals, he is okay.
Well, to my earlier question about the EC, when will the election be held?
Now, in a conversation with the director in the Ashanti region, he says that a report has been sent to the EC headquarters in Accra, and they are expecting a communication from them. And if after the communication, that is when the EC will know when exactly this election will be rescheduled.
Yesterday we brought nothing back. Nothing. There was nothing. We did not bring anything back. Everything that we took to the center was destroyed by the tax. So nothing came back from the center. I mean, we finished the process. We did the sorting. We allocated the ballot to candidates. Then as we were about to count, they were counting the first candidate. Then this thing was truncated. So we cannot determine. We've counted 2, 4, 3. But just like we started counting, and then from nowhere they strike on them. EC has not declared anyone. So if you say they are declaring themselves, that's their decision. But EC has not declared anyone pay what happened yesterday. So we have not declared anyone a winner.
What is the way forward for this election?
Well, we've submitted our report to the commission, so we are waiting the commission to decide the way forward. So commission, maybe by close of the day, commission will issue some communique to tell us what we should do. So we are waiting for the commission's decision.
Well, still on the Council of State election, the importance of the council is being questioned as some believe the position has become more like a paycheck to party faithfuls. Listen to legal practitioner Samson Lade Anyanini and former Tamale Central MP Inusa Fuseni debate the issue on the Super Morning Show earlier.
An institution that can serve as a bulwark for an overbearing parliament, that can pass laws which laws might have some economic, social, or negative implications for the country or pass law. So potentially important institution, but has been rendered weak by the unnecessary politicization of that institution and the overbearing influence of the executive on that institution.
So if that institution or structure or design is not yielding the benefits that have been conceptualized, it is not because the institution is useless. It's because we are not living true to the original intendment of the creation of that institution.
The last time I checked, history reveals they have failed woefully. They have been very abysmal. And I have pondered over them over the years, even where I have been urged to think and be restrained.
Well, away from elections, Transport Minister Joseph Nikpe has expressed shock by the revelation that more than 60% of all road accidents and its associated deaths are recorded in only 3 regions. According to data from the National Road Safety Authority shown to the minister, Greater Accra, Eastern and Ashanti regions contribute way beyond half of the carnage on Ghana's roads. After interacting with officials of the authority, the minister, who is also MP for Saboba, tasked the National Road Safety Authority to immediately take steps to deal with the carnage on the roads.
See that their roads are safe. They expect to see that there's proper regulation on our roads. Whoever gets to use our roads is in the order or in the shape that he understands what he's supposed to do to either drive or ride the passengers from their homes to their offices or from offices to their homes safely. Safety is our concern. And our interventions will mainly look at the pre-crash, the crash interventions, and the post-crash interventions. I've charged the Director General, who is new. The management are behind him. We have to come out with policies to see how we'll bring sanity, we'll bring discipline on our roads. They have told me and given me the picture of some of the crashes. And like you said, Ashanti, Greater Accra and Eastern regions are the most. Over 80% of the crashes are from these 3 regions, and about 60% of the deaths or maybe the injuries are from these same regions, meaning that myself and them have a lot to do, and we have to get on seriously with our road education, our enforcement of our laws, and also how to bring technology to add to whatever we are doing to be able to help us sanitize our roads.
Meanwhile, the Acting Director General of the National Road Safety Authority, Abraham Amaliba, says he will strictly enforce all laws the country has enacted to keep the roads safe.
Regulations that empowers us to do what we can do to protect the people on the roads and ensure road safety. Yesterday I was on the roads to visit pedestrian crossovers. That is part of my work, to ensure that agencies that are supposed to provide these facilities are doing their work. We also noticed that there were lack of road markings on our roads. I'll draw attention to that, and also zebra crossings. So I have taken the charge from the minister. I'm ready to work, and so I've taken the charge from the minister in good faith, and I can assure you that the next time the minister visits, or you, the media visitors, you will see changes in our records.
And you're still listening to the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM, and supported by Petol, Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. And we've heard that the former Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, has been declared wanted by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. We take a break, we return with sports.
Where did I? Now I don't know when you just saw. Obey, what's the chrome ha? Ain't you want to say Petol for energizing dreams for motion? Hey boy.
Petol are celebrating their 10 years in grand style. They're giving back to their loyal customers. Hope you have registered at their online portal. Don't say I didn't tell you.
Each month, customers will stand a chance of winning items like tricycles, motorcycles, television sets, refrigerators, phones, fuel vouchers, and many more. But the best part is that at the end of the promo, we will be giving out a grand prize of 2 Suzuki Espresso cars to lucky winners who stay with us all through the promo period. All you need to join is to visit any of our over 100 stations across the country to get registered, or go to www.petrosolcrm.com to register online.
Petrosol, energizing dreams.
Hey, Jenny Ramsa. And you stay soft concentrate fabric softener. I was such it move. Just send it this way you have it now. New units now. No, be a baby, some demon in us. Say, Jenny Ramsa. For quiet, yes, Symbiar Association Ontario. Use Stay Soft and new units now. Nani boss to tap from cry. A fabric softener. A year near says, choose to Stay Soft. No, who's so say, no. FDID a garden crowd to yatu.
This is the Midday News. Welcome back. We have sports with Momorak.
Yes, Maame Esi. So, former Ghana Galka chairman Yao Appiah has criticized the Ketokreku-led GFA, calling them self-centered and lacking leadership. The administration faces scrutiny for poor national team performances, the absence of Premier League sponsorship, and failure to enforce safety measures, which resulted in the death of Kotoko fan Francis Poli.
Is there the leadership? Self-centered, closed circuits. Self-centered, whatever they say, nobody can challenge it. When you sit down and watch things going on, at times you become sad. Why do you go to Congress suppressing people? When you talk, they will call you to ethics committee. When you do this, Look at officiating. Look at the performance of the Blasters. Look at the performance of national teams. Then you don't want people to talk. Do what is good. Then we won't even go to the office, the process you go through. So if I have suggestions, do I have to go through all the before I go and give you suggestions? Now everybody is afraid to talk.
Yao Appiah is a former Galka chairman.
Thank you, Mubarak. After dedicating 34 years to mastering the craft of metal fabrication at Kumasi Technical Institute, 55-year-old Mukhtar Saidu is now on a mission to apply his expertise to manufacturing eco-friendly gas stoves, roasters and boilers tailored to meet the needs of Ghanaian households. This initiative will offer a cleaner alternative to charcoal and firewood to curb air pollution and its harmful effects on public health and the environment. There's more in this report by Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin.
Meet Mukhtar Saidu, a Ghanaian fabricator on a mission to reduce air pollution. Mukhtar believes that collective action can spark transformative change.
In a month, our team is able to manufacture about 500 stoves, given our current workforce. Interestingly, we often receive customers who purchase these stoves as soon as we complete production. As you can see, our efforts are not only beneficial to individuals but also contribute positively to the country. Looking ahead, I firmly believe that within a decade, we can significantly reduce the country's reliance on firewood, thereby promoting a more sustainable and environmentally friendly practice.
According to studies, charcoal and firewood contribute to emissions, particularly in developing countries, but there is a cleaner alternative. Mukhtar says his products are durable, cost-effective, and produce less emissions.
If we continue to refine our manufacturing.
Well, our climate change was brought to you by Youth Bridge Foundation and CDKN. And just before we go, the MP for Ota for Vincent Assefa is gearing up for a legal fight with the government over the mass revocation of post-December 7 job appointments in state institutions. The directive from Chief of Staff Julius Debra has ordered compliance from all government agencies, but the MP insists his team is thoroughly investigating the alleged recruitment irregularities cited as justification.
The President of the Republic of Ghana or an appointor or anyone who has the responsibility to make use of what a just cause is will have to do so fairly and justifiably. So the President of the Republic of Ghana can even say that based on a just cause, I am terminating an appointment. It is within the rights of persons who are affected by that singular decision of the President of the Republic of Ghana to go to court and prove why those persons cannot have their appointment terminated on the supposed just cause that was labeled by the President. And so you can challenge that. So in the circumstances, you can clearly see that there hasn't been any termination yet, at least with the Ghana Water Company letter that I have seen. You can say that that is termination. But
and you heard the Vincent Asifwa on the issue about the revocation of appointments by government. Now let's do M&J.
Yes.
Jackie, I'm sure the internet is breaking now with the biggest news of the day about Ken
Definitely.
What have
Maame
people
Esi.
been saying?
All right, so the OSP, Ken Ofori-Atta, National Cathedral are all part of the top names trending on X and Facebook, and we all know the reason why. And let me read a couple of comments. So Kweku KK says that when it's coming, it is doing. Ointman also says that I don't really envy anyone who served in the previous government. There you are reflecting if you did everything in accordance to the law. Because when you are there now, you be asking yourself, am I next? And Kwesi also says that, so our special prosecutor suddenly has balls to go after corrupt politicians. He looks very angry. Well, the NDC has discontinued cases. We wait to see what happens. Hey, politics. So, well, people have been expressing their thoughts on what they think about this new developments on social media. And also, away from that, we also have a post made by Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, spokesperson to the president, when he said that tens of thousands of ghost names have been found on the National Service payroll, and President John Dramani Mahama has ordered for an immediate investigations and all areas should be cleared. So people have also been reacting to that statement too on social media.
Thank you so much, Jackie, and that's how we draw the curtains on the midday news here on Joy 99.7 FM. It was live on Joy, on Hits 103.9 here in Accra, on Love 99.5 in Kumasi, and on myjoyonline.com, on X Spaces, Facebook, and brought to you by Petol, Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. I am Maame Esi Nyamekye Thompson. Up next is Living Word with Pastor Mensa Otabil.